Hello and welcome to Trojan Talk. I'm your host, Aaron Taylor. They'll be talking about the Palladium, Troy University's yearbook, and my guest today is Chynna McKillion, the editor for the Palladium. Thanks for joining me here today.
Thank you for having me.
And the Palladium, the yearbook, obviously it's a school, and part of school tradition is a yearbook, but there's a little bit of an issue recently because a lot of students you're finding don't know about the yearbook. Tell me about what your problems you're running into about the yearbook itself.
Well, people coming from high school, and in high school the yearbooks were $70, and they think, well, there's no way a college campus would have a yearbook, but we do. Our yearbook is only $5, and students simply don't know that it exists and how much it costs.
And so, and an opportunity to find out, about the yearbook. Obviously you've got one right here. If you want to show, pick it up, show. Look, you got the nice little yearbook right here. This is what $5 discount for a bargain for a yearbook for memories that you can keep forever. But tell me a little about what goes into putting this yearbook together. Obviously, it looks back at the year, but obviously there's a lot of work that goes into this, right?
Yeah, we start working on the yearbook. I think around August every year and finish probably around July. We have different things. We have sports, campus life, organizations, and we get pictures from all over the school, put them in, write things about them, and it's a really kind of exhausting process.
But it's memories.
Right.
And that's one of those things about yearbook. A lot of college students, they know their high school yearbook, and the same thing applies to college. That there is one here that they can take and buy one of these and have memories forever, right?
Right. And
so, but with this, what have you seen so far with, student interest in this? That the fact that they know that finding out there's a yearbook.
They're just so surprised. Like when we're selling things in the Trojan Center, and we'll have them out, and people come by and be like, "What's this?" And this is a yearbook, and they're like, "We have one of those." So they're just generally surprised, and they'll leaf through it, and it depends on whether or not they see themselves. And if they find themselves, they'll be like, "Oh wow, this is mine." But other than that, it's just kind of, oh, I don't need it kind of thing.
And now where can they get a yearbook if they want
currently
one?
they're for sale in the bookstore, and we're going to have various sale dates throughout the year on the Quad and in the Trojan Center. And
so how much, and the $5 in the bookstore, right? They can just walk in the bookstore and get a copy of it.
Right.
And now you said that the people have not been aware of the yearbook in the past. And so that means there's probably some left over from other years, right? So if there's someone out there watching that graduated recently or something like that, can they get their hands on an old yearbook?
Yes, definitely. We have older yearbooks, I think, dating back to 1999, I think, going back that far. So if someone's out there and they didn't get their yearbook, they can definitely email me and let me know, and I can work something out.
And if they want to email you, how can they get a hold of you to do that?
They can email me at palladium@troy.edu.
Palladium@troy.edu, and if they've got a question about it, they can put the question there to you and find out how to get their hands on that yearbook. Right,
and even from past years, they're still only $5.
Only $5, and that's one of the things is students. It's only $5, but technically the students have already paid for the yearbook, right?
Right. Our publication is funded through student activity fees, so the $5 is basically just a token to just get your hands on one. So
all the other fees they've already paid for. So you're just adding that extra $5 to get your hands on a yearbook, right? Now the yearbook itself, the cool part about this yearbook is that it's more than just the pictures in the book. There's an additional bonus to this yearbook that they can actually see some video, right?
Right. The video Palladium, which is in the back of every yearbook, is I think about 15 minutes of footage about things that have happened over the course of the year.
So not only do you get the yearbook that you can look through and remember about the pictures, but you can maybe 10 years down the road, some of these students can pop that DVD in a player and see actual video and reminisce about what happened, right?
Right, they sure can.
And so an opportunity to get their hands on the yearbook and see themselves in the yearbook. And one of the things is interest in, they're in the book, so there are pictures in there. Talk about getting people to get their pictures in there, because obviously we were discussing before we started here that interest has started increasing with people getting their actual picture in the yearbook. It used to be harder to get people to take their picture, right?
Right, simply because people hate taking pictures, and I think previous years we had only 100 or so students take a picture, but in this yearbook we have over 750 student portraits, and what we did was we gave the Greeks points for homecoming to get their picture taken, so that's why we have so many pictures.
So the Greeks have gotten in full force in this, but now we just try to get some of the independent students involved,
right,
and expand things a little bit, because you're looking to expand the yearbook, right?
We hope to increase circulation to 1,000 yearbooks from 250 by next year.
Well, here's hoping that some students will get a little more information and get more involved with the Palladium and pick up a copy at the bookstore. So
Right.
Thanks for joining me today, and hopefully you'll get a few more sales of the yearbook this year. So thanks for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.